welcome to Razz Reviews. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sonic is basically a video game movie based on the title character most known from the Sega Genesis games. This movie had a lot of trouble before it was even released. It did not hit the ground running, it basically hit the ground tumbling and falling on its face. It had so much negative press and so much drama before it came out that it made me super curious to see it and thinking that it's gonna be an absolute disaster and wanting to be there front row to watch the sinking ship. First of all, nobody wanted this movie. Video game films have been getting a bad rep for a very long time about them not being really that good, and we've had quite a few disappointments. I think people just got tired of seeing their beloved characters and video game properties getting decimated by all these movie adaptations. But then the trailer came out and people's fears turned into anger and rage and outrage because of the character design. The design of Sonic the Hedgehog looked like something out of a waking nightmare. It was absolutely frightening. So much so that the creators or the studio came out and said that they're gonna redesign the character and make him look closer to the video game counterpart, which is unheard of. What? A studio reacting to fans and changing the film before it's even released? What? We haven't seen that happen before, but it just goes to show how much public reaction and word of mouth on the internet is affecting the making of films nowadays. It's absolutely crazy. And then the movie came out and here we are. And it's actually not bad. I liked this movie. I did not, for a million years, think that I would enjoy this movie at all. I went in with the worst expectations possible. I've been giving a lot of positive reviews on Razz Reviews recently with a lot of movies that I've been seeing and loving, and I was like, man, I need a movie that I can, talk crap about. Here comes Sonic to save the day. Nope. It's actually another movie I like. I don't know what to say. Sonic is actually a good film. It's a good video game movie. It's the first really good video game movie. I never would have thought in a million years that out of all the Assassin's Creeds and Warcrafts and Tomb Raider, that the first really enjoyable video game movie for me was Sonic. How? Like, it's really made me question my place in the world. And what does it all mean?
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
It's very, very funny. It's very entertaining. You can tell that there is some sort of passion behind it, and you can tell that there is a love for the character. It's not perfect, and it's definitely aimed at children. This is not a movie for adults, so you have to check your sensibilities and check your cynicism at the door, because it's a kid's movie. So it's a little bit silly, and it's very lighthearted, and the story is lighthearted, but it was actually fun. I liked the character, I liked the action sequences. I pretty much had a pretty good time with Sonic. Somehow. I think what made this movie work so much for me is that it celebrates what it is. It doesn't try to be anything else. It knows it's a kid's movie, so it tries to be fun and simple for kids. And it also knows it's a video game movie, doesn't shy away from that. It has a lot of Easter eggs, and it works in a lot of elements from the game into the storyline in a way that works. So it doesn't really take itself too seriously and goes all the way with the silliness and over-the-topness. If you're a fan of the Sega game, I think you will enjoy this, because I did. And that's not the only source of nostalgia for adults. Also, Jim Carrey in this movie is awesome. He's 90s era Jim Carrey, which was very nostalgic. It was so nice to see him completely lose himself in the character like he used to. His version of Doctor Robotnik is hilarious. I laughed so hard at his scenes. He's completely unhinged. He's chewing up scenery like it's 1997. This guy is like, what, 58? You cannot tell. He still has the energy of a 20-year-old. How is that even possible? He looks great. His physicality is there. And I really, really liked seeing that kind of character from him. Again, it really took me back to when I was a kid. And I loved Ace Ventura and I was obsessed with The Mask. And this character is very similar to those characters. He totally goes for it. He plays him like a literal mustache-twirling villain, and he works for the crazy video game world that this movie sets up. He fits. Sonic also was a nice character. I went in thinking he's gonna be annoying, but the voice actor Ben Schwartz actually did an amazing job. He gave him so much energy and so much heart, while at the same time not making him annoying somehow, which is funny because his character, the actor from Parks and Rec, he does John Ralphio, the guy who's like, she's the West, that guy. He's the voice of Sonic. He does a great job, so I really liked his interpretation and his performance as the character. Even James Marsden was good in this film as well. He had really good chemistry, and the relationship between him and Sonic was very nice and lighthearted, and I bought it. It's actually a very, very funny movie. I laughed a lot, which is a big part of the enjoyment. The movie does rely on the comedy in order to entertain us, and it works because is it funny? Yeah. Did I laugh? Yeah. Was I annoyed? No. There you go. Good times have been had. But look, when you watch Sonic, you really gotta keep in mind that this movie is aimed at kids. It does feel a little bit cartoonish sometimes, and the story is nothing to be impressed with. It's very thin. Not a lot of things make a lot of sense, and it's a very simple narrative. And a lot of times, some actions feel like, yeah, if they did that in real life, they'd get arrested in like 5 seconds, you know? They're not gonna get away with that. It didn't really do anything new. So a lot of times it felt very predictable. So in that sense, that's maybe its biggest weak point. But other than that, it's definitely a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. It's very funny. It's somehow a good video game movie. I would go watch another Sonic movie. I can't believe I'm saying that. What does this even mean? What is life? But I would, because I genuinely had a fun time. It was a real pleasant surprise. If people watch this movie and feel that it's a little too silly or too kiddish or the story's not strong enough, I would get that. I wouldn't say, oh no, it's amazing. No, I would understand that. But there is a certain sense of joy that many people would get if they are the type of people who let their inner child run wild. I'm one of those people. Kiddish things sometimes work for me. I find a way to enjoy them. I revert back to being a little kid, and I like these kinds of movies. But you have to go in with that kind of mentality and not go in treating it like it's 1917. You know what I mean? I understand why many critics won't like it, but I think for the general audience, it's a lot of fun, and it's especially a lot of fun for families, because the kids will have fun, and the adults who are forced to drag themselves to take their kids to the cinema are also gonna find something to enjoy. I recommend it if you're a fan of video games, if you're a fan of the Sonic video game, you're gonna enjoy this movie. If you're a fan of Jim Carrey, especially old school Jim Carrey, you're also gonna enjoy this. So I'd recommend it for most people. I definitely recommend to take your kids to it. They're gonna love it. And I'm gonna give Sonic the Hedgehog an 8 out of 10. So, have you seen Sonic? Are you shocked and surprised that a lot of people seem to like it? Do you question reality and your place in the universe and what all of this means? I do. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what else you'd like me to review for you next. See ya!